Good morning. Today we're going to work on this Dwarf Schefflera. This is a tropical tree, so this is another one that's kind of good for you to put in your home if you are not able to have plants outside. You will need a good window though with good lighting coming in for this one. With all of them really, but yeah. So this one is going to get a reduction and a replanting. Let's do a spin. A lot of bulbous moss going on here. She's very happy in the moss. As you can see right here, we've got like 3 coming out of one little area. This one being our largest one. We are always going for taper, 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 taper. So this whole thing right here is going to come off. Oh yeah, so that's going to be a big difference for her. And she's got embedded in here is a little old-timey little figurine, a little glass, maybe Dalmatian, I'm not sure, a little dog in there. So we're going to dig that out too, see what it looks like. I hadn't seen it in a little bit. So, all right, let's get going on this one. This is going to be her new pot, a concrete, semi-shallow pot here. Now, when I get my concrete pots ready, in your area, I'm sure it may be different. Here, I have a lot of moss that wants to grow on them. That's what this is right here, is moss. And then, you know, it was kind of all over it. I brushed it a bit already. This is a steel wire brush. This is what I use whenever I'm kind of brushing on my pots. It really helps clean them up, these concrete ones. Not on your glazed pots. No, 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 no. But on concrete pots, this works really well to clean them up. A steel wire brush. Use your brass wire brush for cleaning your plant, but these steel ones can be used for this and for your rocks if you have to clean up your rocks like I have to do on the regular. So this is going to be her new planter, her new pot. Yes, yes, I think that's going to be lovely. Moving on. We're going to do a little bit of cleanup on her first. She needs some brushing along through here. Also, this is one of those that the roots tend to want to be kind of intense and grow out the bottom, so you have to kind of keep an eye on those, kind of like the banyans. Yeah. Let's brush. Got her pretty brushed down, and now we're going to do that big cut that needs to happen on this one right here, which is a bit bulbous. I'm going to try my concave cutters first, see if they work, and then I'll go into my nubbers, see what happens. She's a little big. Holy moly. And of course, we're going to propagate this one. Yeah, and make another bonsai, of course. Now, of course, I want to make that cut just a little bit prettier by doing some little intricate cutting around it. So I'm going to do that. Yeah. Now I'm going to prep my pot and get her ready so that she's not going to be all exposed. Also going to pull out all of this little stuff in here, the moss, the rock, the little doggy, and put her in a new pot. Alright, let's get it all prepped. I have chosen this as the front of my pot. I already have my plastic piece to cover up the hole there. Voila. Doo-doo. Now I'm going to use like a 1/2 inch-ish to 3/4 inch rock on the bottom just to give me a little layer. It's very minimal, just covering the surface layer. Okay. Of course, you're pressing that in, and then we're going to use our 1/4 inch or so rock on that, and then press that in. Again, we're just doing a layer, just a fine layer to interlock these 2 rocks together, creating a nice solid platform of drainage. Now, as you see, it's a nice compressed bit of rock in there to create a drainage support system. Yes. Let's get a little bit of dirt media to put in there. That would be, for me, a 3-part cinder, 3-part 1/4-inch cinder. And then some moisture control Miracle Grow, potting soil. And that's all. Some potting soil. I like to put a little bit all along the bottom, but at the same time I like to make a little bulbous mound where I think she's going to go. But you know what? I don't know where she's going to go right now, so we're just going to put a little bit all down in there and go from there. All right, let's get her unplanted, see what she looks like. Here's our very big and bulbous taproot trying to establish itself. Trimming that back to encourage filler roots to grow in and not depend on this taproot. Cutting her now. And that's all we're going to cut because we cut such a large little amount here off of the taproot. And then also I will be putting petroleum jelly on this cut that I made as well to seal that up, because that's a bit large. I mean, even little ones I like to do here because we have such disease here. But as far as a big one, definitely want to cover that with some petroleum jelly or some sealant. Yes. Okay. I've got her sitting in this vicinity because this is where I plan to place her. I have her placed this way because the branch that I want to use for her to go this direction with is this one. I have a little one in the back here, but I'm leaving her in the back. This one I'm going to kind of plan to go that way a bit. So that is the plan. That's why we're leaving it for her to elongate over the pot there. So let's get a little bit of dirt mixture in there. And then also, I have this little bit of water right here and our little doggy that we're going to put in, and he's missing his tail. Oh. Let's plant. So I'm placing her on this side a bit, towards the back a bit, and then I want her to just ever so slightly lean towards you, saying hello. Okay, it's time to decorate. This was the rock that was in there before, and that's just a little too small. I thought about going with one big one, but I decided to go with 3 semi-ish big ones, and we're going to put this one in storage for another bonsai, another day. Yes, I do have rock storage. Totally. Doesn't everybody? Okay, so 3 rocks. I have a kind of low on the ground kind of rock. I have a semi-bulbous rock, and I have a little bit larger bulbous rock. Let's place them. Okay, I like it. Let's do some moss and some lichen, of course. I've got some tall moss, I've got some shorter moss, I've got some mixture moss, I've got some lichen. Let's play with moss. Oh. Ah. Tall moss. Okay, that's kind of what we're looking at. Fine tuning. Okay, we got our moss in there. And now we're going to put a bit of petroleum jelly on this little spot here that I cut extremely. And then we're going to place our little doggy back in there. Let's do that. Here he is, all cleaned up. Or she. This one is a unisex. You can't tell what it is, but either way, let's put her in there, him in there, it in there. I like it. So cute. Let's add some top rock. Press, press. So there's a few yellow leaves that I want to trim off before I call this a finished product that I shouldn't have left on there earlier, but I did. So we're trimming now. Here we go. Okay, that's all of our trimming that we're going to do for right now. I like all the proportions of the leaves except for this one right here, which is a little, but we're going to kind of just maybe do those next time. I went ahead and trimmed off a couple of the yellows and a couple that were growing back into the plant. Let's do a spin on this finished girl. I love the dog in there. And we have our little bits of lichen and our little bits of moss, tall growing moss here in the back. Let's spin. And this is our little bit of a live moss going on the pot itself. So the next time I do this one, I may trim every leaf off again and leave her all nubby, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this Dwarf Schefflera. Again, this is something that you can grow in your home at a bright window. They do like lots of water. They're kind of a jungle plant. So, all right. Well, thank you so much for being with me, and until next time.